our corners are made of chain stitches, and we're going to do 2 chain. So we wrap the yarn around our hook and draw it through the loop twice for 2 chain. You'll notice that our circle is starting to get a little bit smaller. So all we have to do is shuffle those trebles round a bit. See, I've now made my circle larger just by pushing all my stitches to my right hand side. If you're left handed, push them to your left because you will work left to right. And now we're going to make side 3, which is another group of 3 trebles. Yarn round our hook into the circle. Yarn over, hook over the yarn to draw it back through to the front. 3 loops. Yarn over, take it through the first loop and the second loop to take them off your hook. Yarn over and glide your hook through those other 2 loops to take them off. So that's number 1. Number 2, so yarn over into the circle, pick up your yarn through to the front, yarn over, take off the first 2 loops, yarn over, take off the last 2 loops. So that's number 2. Number 3, yarn over, in the circle, yarn over, draw it through to the front, yarn over, take off the first and the second loop, yarn over, take off the first and the second loop. Can you see we now have a space here? That's our corner. We made that with the 2 chain that we did before making these latest trebles. So we're going to do that again to make another corner. Yarn over and through the loop that's on our hook twice. 1, 2. Doesn't look like a corner at the moment, but when we make our 4th side into our circle, this will then close up and become a corner space. We're going to make our final group of 3 trebles. Yarn over into our circle, hook around the yarn and draw it through to the front. Yarn over, take off the first and the middle loop. Yarn over, take off the first and last loop. That's 1. Yarn over into our circle, grab our yarn and bring it back through to the front. Yarn over through the first and the middle loop, yarn over through the first and the last loop. Treble number 2. Now on to the 3rd. Yarn over into the circle, pick up the yarn and bring it through to the front. Yarn over and draw it through the first and the middle loop, and then yarn over and draw it through the first and last loop. That's the last treble. We need to finish this off by making a corner space here as well. So that's 2 more chain. So it's yarn over, draw it through the loop that's on your hook twice. And now we're ready to close off round 1. So to do that, do you remember we placed a stitch marker in our last chain that we made right at the very beginning? I hope you did the same as me, because this will make it easier to locate the 3rd of 3 chain, which is where we will slip stitch to join our first round. So I already put a stitch marker in my 3rd chain, and I put it through the front and the back loop of the stitch. Okay, so that's where I want to put my hook. I want to hook underneath that strand and that strand. Yes, I do use my fingers sometimes to push the stitch on. So now my hook is in the same stitch as my stitch marker. To make a slip stitch, all you need to do is put the yarn around your hook and draw it through the stitch and the loop in one movement. I'm going to take my stitch marker out because I can feel it's quite tight and I need to come all the way through, so I need that little bit of space. So I've picked up my yarn and I'm going to draw it through the third of 3 chain and the loop that's already on my hook to close my round. So just gently pull my hook to my right hand side all the way through, and that closes the round and gives us that final corner space. And to fasten off, cut the yarn that's attached to our ball. So in the same way, wrap it around our hook, and we're just going to draw our hook through the loop all the way, so the strand comes all the way through. Give it a little tug and we've fastened off. So this is our first round of our granny square, and you will see that you have a corner space next to where you fastened off. Then you'll have 1, 2, 3 trebles, followed by a corner, and 1, 2, 3 trebles, and the third corner, and 1, 2, 3 trebles, fourth corner, and 1, 2, 3. So 4 corners and 12 trebles to make your very first round of a granny square. Well done.